Hello and welcome to another episode of my review show. Today's episode, Planet Patrol, for the Atari 2600. Firstly, I would like to commend the game for its manual, which is set up as a command briefing for the mission you're about to undertake that is the game. You are told that Planet Spectre is under attack by troublesome invading aliens, and your mission is to destroy the alien generators and rescue downed pilots. The overall look and feel of the manual really does get you pumped to play the game, so bang up job on the manual department, guys. It also tells you that each pilot will be given a mission cartridge with the latest laser films of the planet's surface, so it's really cool how it drags you into the game by making your game cartridge itself part of the game's universe. Speaking of the game, the graphics are completely stunning. You have a day and night that cycles through, you have an awesome background, and you really do feel like you are on an alien planet or in the Australian outback. The game has two different difficulty settings, A and B. B makes your ship smaller, which I prefer to play on, and the aim of the game is to last as long as you can and accumulate as many points as you can. There are several ways to accumulate said points, the first of which being destroying enemy ships, the second of which being rescuing survivors, and the third of which is destroying the enemy's force field generators, which you need to destroy to get past the level. After each level, you have the option to refuel, which you should take, because if you run out of fuel, it's game over. Each level, the difficulty increases by the enemies moving faster and the levels being longer. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of variety to the game, and as you pass each level, the enemy ships move faster, which is quite difficult to keep up with, and they give you extra points for each kill. This is really cool because even though the difficulty level increases quickly, your points climb with it. So let's recap. Planet Patrol comes with a great storyline, great graphics, and an interesting variety of gameplay, which is an interesting combination because Planet Patrol is an absolutely terrible game, and I do not suggest anyone ever plays this, ever. The reason this game is so bad is the hit detection, which is so terrible that it renders the game basically unplayable. The week I spent playing this game for the review, only about 3 times did I die from my own actual failure. The rest of the time it was because my shots just passed straight through an enemy ship or a generator. Now I like a difficult game as much as the next guy, but I like that difficulty to come from an actual challenge, and not from the game being at its core fundamentally broken. And Planet Patrol is, at its core, fundamentally broken. This terrible hit detection just makes the game insanely frustrating and saps all joy out of it. Like when you're doing really well, and then your shot passes straight through the enemy shield generator, and you hit the shield and get instant game over despite doing really well up until that point. You just feel like beating the game senseless with some sort of bat. I'm not exaggerating when I say that if you put this game in a room with a prisoner and made them play this game and this game only for an hour, they would probably be willing to tell you anything to get out of it. Now, to be fair and completely honest, I did have some fun playing this game, but that fun was basically akin to betting on a horse race when you know nothing about horses, and that race just happens to be loaded in favor of you winning. And losing at the game is basically akin to betting on a horse race when you know nothing about horses, and the race just happens to be loaded so that you'll lose no matter what. That is to say that winning at this game is just you not getting screwed over, and even though it feels good and as if you're doing something right, you're really not doing anything yourself. And losing at this game is just you getting screwed over, and even though you're not doing anything wrong, it's just the game screwing you over. And once you realize that you really have no input on the game, you wonder why you're even trying to improve your score, and you think, man, I could just be playing Asteroids, or that scene from Guardians of the Galaxy, the game, or Berserk instead. And that's pretty much when you turn off the game, take out the cartridge, and put something better in. The manual tells you that if you get 999,999 points, the game will be over. However, this appears in the list of things that ends the game by killing you, so I can only imagine that if anyone actually managed to get that many points, the game would once again reward you by screwing you over and ending the game as if you had just died. So there you have it, great storyline, great graphics, interesting gameplay, terrible game. So head down to your local video store and pick up a copy of anything other than Planet Patrol on the Atari 2600. Oh look, I died because I hit the survivors from the top, not from the front. Well, at least the hit detection works there.